Okay, it's been 10 minutes now and the fish has been simmering away nicely. We can go and take the fish over to the work surface. And all we need to do with this is you need to just carefully take the fish out and pop them onto a board, because we're going to use the milk. So just using your fish slice, take the fish out and pop them on the board. It helps if you remember how many pieces you had in there in the first place. Oh, there we go. Okay, and now what you need to do is get a sieve, and you just want to be the milk again. We're going to reuse that. That's what we're going to make the white sauce. So pour the milk through a sieve back into the measuring jug that you originally had, and we'll use that. So I just need to get my sieve. And I'll do it over a sink because it'll be too messy otherwise. Right, hopefully you've now got a measuring jug full of lovely fish flavoured milk. Not very good on this cereal. Right, so we just need to go and check the potatoes. They should be just about done. Yeah, see, perfect. Way to tell is that the knife should go nice and easily into the middle of the potatoes. So you can go and drain them and then just pop them back in the pan and bring them back to the hob, and we'll get mashing. Right, so what we want to do now is just turn the hob on to a very low heat, just on the lowest burner, on a very low heat, and whilst we mash it, because this will just help take any excess moisture out of the potatoes. And so now it's just a case of mashing. Go. Just keep mashing. Don't want any lumps. Alright. And you can see all the steam coming out. That's good. That's all the moisture getting out of the potatoes. Right. Next we just need to add in the butter and just stir that in. So it's just a knob of butter. It's only about 20 grams of butter. And we just stir that in. And this should bind it all together really nicely. And once we've done this, if you're anything like me and you don't have your milk out, you need to go and get your milk. Not the fish milk. That wouldn't be nice mashed potato. There we go. So just go and get the milk. And we just want to add in a dash of milk at a time, and then just stir it in gently, just to make it nice and loose. go. And you want it probably slightly looser than what you'd normally have. So remember, this is going to go in the oven. So it'll firm up a little bit in the oven. So I'm just going to pop a little bit more in. So it's a little bit runnier than what you probably normally have for mashed potato. Stir it in. And then we just need to give it a pinch of salt. Right, and we can turn the heat off and just stir the salt in. And we can leave this on the hob, or you can take it to your work surface if you want. That's absolutely fine, because it doesn't matter if it goes cold slightly, because it's all going to go into the pot with the rest of the pie. So I'll just take this over to the work surface, and then we'll get cracking with the white sauce. So we need the fish milk, and hopefully you've got your flour ready and the rest of the butter. So we'll just turn it on the low heat, put the butter in first. We just need to get that melted. And then we're going to add in the flour. So whilst this is melting, if you haven't got your flour out, go and get your plain flour. And I normally just swirl it around the butter around the pan. It just helps it melt quicker, and it also stops it starting to brown and burn, because you don't want that. There we go, it's almost done. There we go, and then we just want to add in 2 dessert spoons of plain flour. And you can turn the heat off whilst we do this. So 2 dessert spoons, and then stir it in. Nice big heat dessert spoons like that. There we go. And then still off the heat, just stir this in. And this is exactly the same process as you would do for a cheese sauce or a bechamel sauce, because that's essentially what we're making, but just using the milk that's been flavoured with the fish. Really, really adds to it. And it's incredible to think that you've got consistency like this. It's almost like shortbread, and it'll become a nice, lovely sauce. So just turn the heat back on, and we're just going to leave it for 30 seconds. Just keep stirring it, just to try and get some heat into the flour. It'll just get rid of any sort of raw flour taste. And then we're going to add the fish milk. I make that sound so lovely. Right, so it's time to add in the milk, and you just want to be adding in a little bit at a time. So just a dollop to start off with, and then stir it in straight away, and it should instantly make everything go really hard into a big solid blob in the middle. So just keep stirring. There we go. And it's the flour absorbing all that moisture, and so you'll have a ball a bit like this. So now it's just a case of repeating this. So a little bit more milk, and then stir it in. Sometimes you might just have to press the mixture down just to get it incorporated into the milk. But just keep stirring and breaking it up, and then repeating this process. We'll be able to add more milk as we go on a bit later. There we go. And I know you're probably doubting me at this stage that this will ever be a nice creamy lump-free sauce, but just you wait. And same again, a little bit more milk. And then just break up the mixture and stir it in. There we go. Alright, just keep stirring. This is the only laborious part to the dish. But look at it this way, you're earning your dinner. Right, so again, once it comes back to a ball, hopefully it's starting to be a little bit now, a little bit looser. And so every time, just add in the milk. And stir. Keep stirring it. This will be doing wonders for my bingo wings. There we go. Just keep stirring. And scrape round the sides of the pan as you're doing it, just to make sure that there's no bits that are sticking to the side and missing out and getting stirred. We wouldn't want that. Keep stirring. There we go. And once the milk's all incorporated again, add some more in. Go. Should find it starts to get a little bit easier now. We're almost finished, I promise. And once we've done this, that's literally it. We just need to add the parsley, flake the fish into this, and then pop it in the dish and into the oven. Alright. So hopefully yours is looking something like this at this stage. It's a really thick, but as you can see, lump-free sauce. So just more milk. So I'm adding quite a lot more milk than I have done before now. So it's pretty much all of the milk now. And then just stir this in. Keep stirring. And you may need a little bit more milk, and that's absolutely fine. We just wanted to make sure that we used up all of the milk that we'd had the fish simmering in. Because it really will make such a difference adding to the flavour. So this is the rest of the milk from the fish. That should be about right. Because what you're looking for is just a nice thick sauce consistency. Nothing too runny. Right. There we go. So hopefully yours is looking something like this. See, a nice thick sauce. So you can turn the heat off now, and there, just relax for a second. You don't need to stir anything anymore. Phew. And so all you need to do now is just go and grab your parsley, and we just stir that in, and then take it over to the work surface, and we'll be all done. Just stir in the parsley. And that adds such a really nice fresh flavour to it. It's really good. So we'll take this over to the work surface. Right, now the fish. Hopefully, because we've taken this out just a little while ago, it should have cooled down a little bit so you're not going to burn your paws. So just see how it just comes away from the skin, really, really easy. Just break it up with your hands into little chunks. You don't want it, say that'll be too big a chunk, but say it just flakes nicely away. You still want to have some texture into the fish pie. Just get rid of any skin. If there's any lingering bits of peppercorn, you can get rid of them now. They wouldn't be nice to chew on. So just flake the fish in. And you don't need to add any salt because we added plenty to the mixture to start off with, to the milk. And that will have seasoned the fish nicely, and now it will also have seasoned the white sauce. There we go. Right, so probably get rid of your board and go and just give your hands a little rinse, and then we'll just make the pie. Right, so now you just want to fold the fish in, just nice and gently. Since you took so much care flaking the fish in to start off with, there'd be no point stirring it like you were a minute ago on the hob, because it would just disintegrate. So just gently fold the fish in, so you can still see that it's nice big flakes. There we go. Now take your pie dish and just spoon it into the dish. There we go, let's get all the lovely bits in there. Right, and just gently spread it around the dish just so it's nice and evenly spread around. Now we just need to top it with the mashed potato. Probably easier to use a metal spoon because the potato won't stick as easily to the spoon. So just spooning it on top of the mixture. Just trying to make sure that you do get it all covered. Go. Hands, that's always the easy way. Right, now just smooth it down with the back of the spoon, just evening it out, just very gently. See how I'm doing this? Just nice and gently with the back of the spoon. So if you press too hard, there'll be a hole somewhere and a bit of the fish will jump through. Well, not literally, it makes it sound like it's alive. Alright. Now all that's left to do is go and grab a fork, and we're just going to make little ruffles, and these will crisp up really nicely in the oven. So with your fork, I'll do it from this side so you can see, just little ruffles like this, just little indentations with the fork. You see how I'm doing this? There we go. Right, so all you need to do now is just pop this into the oven. Hopefully you've got it preheated and for half an hour, and then when we come back hopefully we'll compare and yours will look the same as this. Okay, I've just taken mine out of the oven. It's been half an hour. Hopefully yours is looking something like this. All the nice little ridges have gone nice and crispy. So all you need to do, spoon it into plates or bowls, however you want to eat it, and tuck in. I hope you enjoy it.